maybe it's time people started taking what Diddy's exes have been saying a little more seriously. And right now, Lori Harvey's name is back in the spotlight again because, yes, she's one of the women who was once linked to the diddler. But that's not even the biggest reason people are talking about her today. The real question everyone's asking is this: did Steve Harvey and Marjorie know what was really going on with Diddy while they were happily going on double-date-style vacations with a man who's about 20 years older than their daughter? Because the streets have been whispering something wild that Steve and Marjorie allegedly pimped out Lori to Diddy. And some people think that might even explain why Katt Williams brought Steve's name up while he was exposing Diddy is greater than.
To set it as a screensaver, and I saw a picture of him and Lori, the same exact pose.
What do you mean?
I mean, the same exact pose that he took with me.
Okay.
And he did the same
and
with
that
Lori.
raises even more questions. Were Steve and Marjorie also offered $50 million connected to Lori? And why did Steve quietly delete a tweet where he once said, "My brother Diddy is doing a world of good for these kids"? Suspicious or just a coincidence? But let's get into this entire Lori situation because, baby, there's a lot to unpack. Everyone already knows that Lori Harvey has dated quite a few high-profile men in Hollywood. We're talking about names ranging from Damson Idris to Michael B. Jordan. But before Michael B., Jordan entered the picture. Lori was reportedly linked to Abu Thiam Akon's brother after the two were spotted getting cozy in a Miami nightclub back in October 2020. And that happened just weeks before she was seen with Michael B. Jordan. Going further back, toward the end of 2019, Lori was dating Future, and that came right after her rumored relationship with Justin Combs. In 2018, she was also connected to Trey Songz. And shortly after splitting with Trey, Lori was reportedly seen making out with Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton at a Super Bowl weekend party. At another point, she was even engaged to Dutch footballer Memphis Depay, and there were plenty of other rumored flings that never fully made headlines. But out of all those relationships, the one that really had people raising eyebrows was the one with Diddy. If you remember, the two sparked dating rumors after being photographed together multiple times in Italy, Mexico, New York City, and Atlanta while they were spending time together. And let's be real, a lot of people thought it was strange because Lori had been linked to both father and son, even though she publicly denied dating Diddy and Justin.
Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need another. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because
Another
early
thing
on
that
you...
confused people was how Steve and Marjorie seemed completely fine with the relationship despite the huge age gap and Diddy's reputation. I mean, Diddy even took Steve and Marjorie on vacation with Lori, and everyone looked comfortable together. Well, allegedly, some rumors claim the only reason Steve and Marjorie didn't object was because they were supposedly benefiting from Lori's connections. And that's where Katt Williams comes into the conversation. When Katt started calling out people earlier this year, he hinted that Steve Harvey had sold his soul and was tied to Hollywood's elite party circles, the same circles hosted by powerful figures like Diddy. Katt also revealed that Diddy once tried to hook up with him, and he said he was pushed out of certain spaces after exposing another powerful figure who was allegedly willing to pay for that kind of access.
So many things get written about you in the press, but I've always wanted to know, what is the biggest misconception about who Lori Harvey is?
It's so funny because I'm so quiet.
Yeah.
There's been so many stories that have been made up about me. I've seen stories about me being fully in love with somebody and we have this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Full-blown stories.
Katt went on to say that because he refused to let anyone take advantage of him, the energy in rooms changes when he walks in. Heads drop. Some people assume it's because they see him as just another bitter comedian, but according to Katt, the real reason is respect. He says they know he didn't take shortcuts and didn't rely on industry funding. He even claimed that powerful people sometimes pay individuals like him just to stay quiet about certain things. Katt might not have played along, but according to the internet, some believe Steve Harvey did. And now that so much has been revealed about Diddy, people say it explains why Steve has always seemed unusually protective or obsessed when it comes to Lori.
Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do?
Reports have even suggested there were tensions within the Harvey family because of Steve's intense focus on Lori. Apparently, some jealousy existed between his biological children and Lori, who often seemed to get the spotlight. One insider explained that Steve has 4 biological kids from 2 previous marriages and 3 stepkids with Marjorie, and managing such a blended family hasn't always been easy. The source claimed that Steve often handled the tension by throwing money at the problem, buying gifts, or simply stepping away to cool off with a cigar. Steve himself once joked that Lori believes she's the special one among all his children, mostly because he tends to treat her differently.
All she said was, don't play. Because Lori really thinks she's the special one. She really does. Lori, I told her I was going to cut her off because she's making a lot of money right now, and I was going to cut her off, and she just started laughing. And then she said, well, and you're not going to speak to me anymore? I said, yeah, I'll still talk to you. She said, but not if you cut me off. So can't cut her off, so. But they're doing well.
Let me ask you this. You also an angel.
Over the years, people have also floated some pretty wild theories about Steve's attachment to Lori. Some critics claim he favors her more than his other daughters because she's considered the most glamorous. Others have gone even further, suggesting his attention toward her feels unusual. Then there's another rumor that keeps circulating online, that Steve is so focused on Lori because she's the only child whose relationships can boost the Harvey brand financially. And lately, many people believe his favoritism isn't just about family love, but about strategic connections with powerful men, including Diddy. Interestingly, Steve tried to flip that narrative during an interview with Us Weekly while the Diddy controversy was blowing up. In that interview, he spoke about how seriously he takes his daughter's relationships and how he carefully vets any man who wants to date them. He even said that if someone doesn't meet his standards, he makes it clear and sends them packing. Steve explained that people can seem wonderful at first because everyone wears a mask in the beginning. According to him, that mask can last about 90 days before the real personality starts showing. He said he watches carefully during that time to see who truly makes the cut. If he gets a bad vibe immediately, he doesn't confront his daughter directly. He just quietly starts working behind the scenes to push the guy out of the picture. Steva emphasized that choosing a life partner is one of the most important decisions anyone can make because the relationship can either lift you up or drag you down. But many people felt that interview sounded like damage control because critics asked the obvious question, where was all that energy when Lori was reportedly dating Diddy? Didn't he notice any red flags adding fuel to the fire? Gina Hewen once told Tasha K that she allegedly saw nude photos of Lori and Diddy together saved on Diddy's phone.
Album to like set it as a screensaver, and I saw a picture of him and Lori, like the same exact pose.
What do you mean?
I mean, the same exact pose that he took with me.
Okay.
According to Gina, Lori wasn't the only woman whose name was being mentioned in connection with that kind of content. She didn't say she had seen every video, but if that material was really on his phone, many people began wondering what else might have existed from Diddy's private gatherings. By now, some observers believe that a few of the women Diddy dated may also have attended the private events that Cassie later talked about in her lawsuit. Cassie's legal filing described a troubling environment. She said Diddy introduced her to his fast-paced lifestyle not long after they met and after she signed to his label at just 19 years old, while he was nearly 40. The lawsuit also claimed he sometimes displayed extreme anger and controlling behavior during their relationship. She further alleged that he used his influence to control different areas of her life, including parts of her career and finances, and that she was pressured to participate in certain situations while he recorded them. According to Cassie, these events often involved elaborate setups in luxury hotel rooms across the country. One unusual detail she mentioned was that Diddy sometimes asked her to wear white nail polish during these events. She also claimed that many of the moments were recorded. Cassie said she once tried to remove some footage from her phone, but later learned copies may still have existed. Because of these details, people online started connecting different dots and asking questions. For example, some noticed that Lori Harvey had occasionally been seen wearing white nail polish when she was around Diddy. Does that mean anything, or is it just a coincidence? No one knows for sure, but the topic has sparked speculation online. This discussion has also led some people to question whether the Harvey family knew anything about Lori's experiences at the time. Others wonder if they simply stayed out of the situation because many of the rumors were never confirmed. There's also that old tweet where Steve once praised Diddy for doing a world of good for these kids, which some observers later pointed out when the rumors resurfaced. At the end of the day, much of this conversation online is based on speculation and allegations that have not been proven. But what do you think about the entire Lori Harvey situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.